Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Taking Style Personally. This is my new YouTube channel where I'm talking all things sustainable and attainable style. And today I want to show you everything I added to my wardrobe in July. %90 of these pieces are from the thrift store. There were a couple exceptions this month that I'm really excited to share. But before I get into it, there's a couple of notes that I want to make just so that we're all on the same page together. The goal of the content that I put out across all of my platforms is never to make you feel like you need to be consuming more. I always want people to be shopping their closets first. The most sustainable thing to wear is something you already own. And if you are going to be adding to or expanding your wardrobe, I always want to encourage people to consider shopping secondhand first, for the environmental benefits and also for the benefits to your personal style. The other note that I want to make is that the reason that I am adding this volume of clothing to my wardrobe on a somewhat regular basis currently is that I'm rebuilding my wardrobe almost from scratch after some big body changes. So I'm really in a period of expansion right now. My personal style has shifted and evolved over recent years, and my objective right now is to build out a wardrobe that is going to serve me for the next chapter of my life and for many years to come. So I'm being really mindful about what I'm bringing in, and I'm also having fun playing with things that push me outside of my comfort zone. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is this amazing sling bag. This is one of the 2 items in this whole collection that was not purchased at the thrift store. This is locally made by a friend of mine who is a talented young designer, and he is making beautiful functional clothing and accessories out of reclaimed materials. So this little sling bag, this sporty little hands-free cutie, is made out of a reclaimed Arc'teryx Gore-Tex jacket. And the reason that I went for this bright cobalt blue is that one of my goals for myself and my personal style this fall and winter is to continue to play with color. I noticed that my fall and winter wardrobe is very dark, and I want to try and bring those fun pops that I really feel drawn to in the summertime all through the year. So I think this is perfect. I love being hands-free when I'm out thrifting. I just can't say enough good things about this. The design is so thoughtful and the fit is so comfortable. I just love it, and I'm so glad I was able to snag one because they're very limited. Okay, we're sticking with accessories. I also added this beautiful chocolate brown leather chain link belt to my collection this month. I'm really into this treatment right now. I would love to find a bag made out of this leather chain link. I also, at the same time that I found this, found a black one. It's currently on loan to a friend, but this is just such a great piece to have. This is a color that I did not have in my belt lineup, so I was thrilled when I found this, and it's nice and extra long for my body, so there's room to play with wearing it on my waist or wearing it at my hips and tying it in a knot. I just think I'll get so much wear out of this. Okay, this is one of the first items that was on my bucket list that I found this month. This gorgeous chocolate brown slouchy leather bag with this great silver buckle detail. I love it. It's perfect. And it's truly something that has eluded me. I have never found this particular shade of brown in this shape, and I've always wanted one. So I was over the moon, to say the absolute least, when I found this, and I've carried it almost every day since. Now that we're talking about bucket list items, I think it's time to discuss these. This either applies. I went through a really big workwear phase with my personal style a few years ago. I was working at a flea market at the time. I had unparalleled access to beautiful vintage clothing, and all of those core special pieces that were really the backbone of my wardrobe and of my personal style no longer fit. So some of them I've evolved past the style now, but a lot of them are pieces that I would really love to replace, and so I've been on the hunt. And this was one of the ones at the top of my list. I had a pair of vintage coveralls that I wore constantly, and when they no longer fit, I was devastated. And I just found these. This beautiful butter yellow. The patina on these is incredible. I suspect that they're from the 1950s. I was just on FaceTime with one of my friends who's a vintage picker. showing her the buttons, showing her the details, and she thinks the same, probably 40s or 50s. Garments that are this old just have what I like to call the patina of a life well lived. It can't ever be replicated, and it just makes pieces feel so personal and so special, and I feel so excited to wear them. All these paint splatters and the sun fading, you can tell that this garment was so well loved, and I am thrilled to have it in my collection. I feel like there's a few interesting categories of pieces that I found this month. There's kind of some staple pieces that I was looking to replace. There's some bucket list items that I've been looking for forever. And there's a couple of wild cards. This is the first of the wild cards. This beautiful little crochet vest, so special, handmade. It's got this beautiful like mesh back. It's one of those pieces that I felt immediately drawn to, but also felt a little bit nervous that I might not wear. I see lots of things that I love at the thrift store, but something that I work really hard at is being able to distinguish between something that I like as a thing and something that I like for me. And this I was very unsure. I'm pleased to report that I've worn it multiple times and felt great in it, and I think that it's definitely something that has expanded my comfort zone a little bit. And it's just a great reminder that just because something isn't in your comfort zone doesn't mean that it's not your style. Your style is growing and changing and evolving, and if you feel really drawn to something and connected to it and you want to give it a try, maybe you should. Maybe you should try styling it, see if you can make it work. I'm so glad that I took a chance on this. I love it, and I feel like it fits so well into my casual romance style theme. Okay, there's one other category of items on this rack that I forgot to mention, and that is pieces that are on probation. So sometimes I'll find a piece, I know it's special, I'll bring it into my wardrobe and then not really reach for it. And 9 times out of 10, I feel like that's something I was supposed to find for someone else, and I'm kind of just a layover on its way to its new home. I kind of think that this might be one of those pieces. It's a great shirt. I just personally don't really gravitate towards crisp white. I usually like a softer white. I wore this once this month. It felt great. It's very comfortable, but I don't think it's one of those pieces that is going to stay with me for a long time. I think that this is something that is actually destined for someone else, and I'm just the caretaker for right now. So I'll probably include this piece in my upcoming closet sale and find it a home with someone who's going to reach for it all the time. Great shirt though. A piece that is not on probation at all, this is a 100% yes, is this stunning silk blouse, almost tunic. It's quite long for me. I'm very short. It is so beautiful. It feels like butter. I just love this blouse so much. I feel very sexy in this. There's something really sensual about the color and the way that the silk feels and the way that it drapes. I wore this out for date night just with a pair of Slouchy jeans, and it felt so good. It felt like a great elevation of my day-to-day style. And it's also something that I would pair with bike shorts or denim shorts and sneakers for casual daily wear. But it's nice to have a piece in my wardrobe that I know I can dress up if I need to. And the detail on the back, like, so gorgeous. Just a really special, beautiful piece that I am so happy to have in my collection. Okay, if you follow me on any of my other platforms, you've already seen this. I have been wearing the living daylights out of this. This was such a good find right at the beginning of July, and I have worn it so many times. I absolutely love it. It's just H&M brand. I thrifted it, and honestly, one of my favorite scores of the summer so far. It's perfect, casual, cozy, and it fits really, really nicely into my sporty spice style theme. Okay, I'm coming in hot with another wild card. I don't know what possessed me to pick this up at the thrift. I love the shape, I love the fit. It's really beautiful. It's got this beautiful crochet at the top here, and then also kind of a low scoop crochet panel in the back. Big, billowy balloon sleeves. It's beautiful cotton. It's super comfortable. If you had told me a year ago that I would be wearing egg yolk yellow, I would have laughed in your face because this is so outside of my comfort zone. I have worn it a handful of times, mostly around the house, but I have worn it out. The online consensus of people who have seen this dress say that they love it and they love the yellow, but I have to admit that I am still not convinced. So this is another item that's sort of kind of on probation. I feel pretty certain that I'll keep it because it is so comfortable and I do love having a breezy, swishy little dress, but I am definitely considering dyeing it to be a color that I know I'll wear more so that it can just be a bit more of a workhorse for me and less of an item that I have to work up my courage to wear, if that makes sense. I'm just not quite convinced yet, so stay tuned. Okay, I don't know what was in the water this month, but I found not one, but two amazing pairs of blue jeans, and actually, just at the very beginning of August, I found a third pair, so that you'll see those in next month's roundup. But these are the two pairs that I found in July, and honestly, I'm thrilled with both of them. I'm gonna talk about these ones first. So these are Levi's, and they clearly were worn by someone who loved to paint. And this is another example of that patina that I talk about, something that I always look for. I love clothes that look like they have lived a life. I love clothes that tell people stories. They bring me a tremendous amount of joy, and I think that they add a layer of depth to your personal style and to your outfits that is just impossible to replicate with brand new pieces. It's one of the main reasons why I love shopping secondhand. These are just amazing. They're a very different fit than I'm used to. They're more tapered and slim fitting through the hip and thigh. I've been leaning very, very loose, slouchy, baggy with my denim over recent years. These are definitely still slouchy, but they are a totally different silhouette than anything else I have in my wardrobe, so I was thrilled to add these. Next up is these beauties. The brand is Dakota. It's like a workwear brand, and I love the fit of their denim. I feel like they're kind of a sleeper hit. I have another pair in black that I wear so much. And so when I found these with this great wash, I was so excited. And then the very next day, I found the paint splatter. And then a few days later, I found another pair of light wash blue jeans. And I was thinking to myself, I don't need to add 3 pairs of light wash blue jeans to my wardrobe, especially when 2 of them, this pair and a pair that you're gonna see in the August roundup video, they're the same silhouette. I didn't need them both. So I decided I was gonna make these ones into shorts because I don't have shorts in this wash. And I always start my cutting when I'm making shorts several inches below where I intend them to end up, just so that I can go inch by inch to really get the perfect length. And I ended up loving them at this almost clam digger length. They're kind of just below my knee. And because they're so slouchy and wide, I just love the proportions. So I've decided to leave them there for now. I might turn them into shorts in the future, but for right now, I've got this kind of strange little pair of very short pants / very long shorts, and I'm really into them. Okay, this is the other item that I did not purchase at the thrift store this month. These I got from my friend Kira, who's a vintage seller. She has a beautifully curated collection, and I have been looking to replace a pair of army pants that no longer fit me from my workwear era for genuinely 4 years now, and I'm really particular about the way that they fit. So these aren't the perfect replacement. They're a different style, but they are such a good fit. They've got such a good patina, and I just loved them, and they were a steal of a deal. So I decided that I was gonna scoop these, and honestly, just having this color as a pant option back in my wardrobe has been a game changer. The pants that I'm looking to replace, I truly wore them nearly every day for several years. They were my core staple pant. Anyone who knew me had seen me in those pants. And it feels really great to have this color as an option again. Okay, we're nearing the end here, my friends, and we have another bucket list item to talk about. It's not a barber, but it's so good. The brand is Snow Goose, which I had never heard of before, but it's a beautiful waxed cotton jacket that someone has cared for so lovingly. It's such a special piece. It's got these beautiful leather cuffs that the previous owner or a previous owner added probably after the cuffs started fraying. So it's got this beautiful little black leather cuff, the original corduroy collar, which is designed to help wick water away from your neck when it's raining really hard. It's got a beautiful flannel lining. The wax is still in pretty good condition, and it has a detachable hood as well. This is just the Pacific Northwest winter dream coat. I'm gonna wear this so much. This is a perfect thing to throw on over my cozy clothes for a morning walk, and it'll be a great thing to just toss on to run errands. I just know I'm gonna wear the living daylights out of this, and I was so excited to find it. I've always wanted a barber. Someday I'll have one, but for now, this is a pretty good alternative. Okay, the final article of clothing for this video is this absolutely stunning shearling coat. I couldn't believe it when I found this. I don't know if maybe the people at the thrift store didn't realize it was real shearling because it's all black. Sometimes that throws people off, but I just couldn't believe that I found this. I thought this is the kind of piece that would have gotten scooped up straight away. One thing to note is that I absolutely hate these buttons, and I don't use that word lightly. I really don't like them. They're plastic and they just don't feel like they make sense for the style of the jacket. So I'm gonna replace those. It's an easy fix with something just a little bit more classic. And I think that this is something that I will get so much wear out of here in the winter, and also when I go home to the mountains where it's very cold. I think this will be perfect. Okay, we're down to the final two pieces. I've got this adorable pair of leather slides. The brand is Joseph Siebel or Seibel. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they're the European comfort shoe trademark. And I love them. They're so comfortable. I do not usually wear a heel of any variety, and I was surprised by how comfortable these were. I wore them all day yesterday and they felt great. No blisters, no sore feet. They're a nice, simple shape. I feel like they're easy to dress up and dress down. And I'm proud of myself for trying something out of my comfort zone. I think they're so cute. This final piece is so small. I think I'm gonna bring it up so you can see. This beautiful sterling silver little asymmetrical heart pendant. I've worn this almost every single day since I thrifted it. I just love it. Such an easy, classic little piece. Can't get enough. So that's everything I added to my wardrobe this month. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see me style these pieces. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more sustainable and attainable style.